Thank y'all for tuning in to my channel. My name is Tiana. If you are new here, make sure to comment, like, and subscribe, okay? So today's video, we are going to be discussing the importance of establishing a schedule. How important it is to have a set schedule for your daily duties. So if you are feeling stuck, if you are feeling like you don't know what to do with your day, if you are feeling like you are not progressing, it's probably because you don't have a schedule. If you are feeling like you are not accomplishing anything, it's probably because you don't have a schedule. If you feel like you just have too much to do and you don't have enough time, it's probably because you do not have a schedule. It was not taught to us the importance of keeping a consistent schedule, but I'm here to tell you that you need one, okay? And this is coming from somebody that has never been a girl that liked schedules, because for me, it just felt like it was restricting, and it felt like, you know, I was in prison because I don't want to do the same thing every day, or, you know, I don't want to get bored of doing the same thing every day. But if you have a goal to accomplish, if there is something that you are trying to achieve in life, you need a schedule. They say that the one thing that all successful people had in common or have in common is that they have a consistent schedule. They have a routine. So if you're trying to be successful, baby, you need to get that routine up, okay? When it comes to establishing a routine, you first have to understand, what do you want? What do you want out of life? What type of lifestyle are you trying to live? For me, I wanted a lifestyle that allowed me to be flexible with my schedule. I'm a mom. If my child is sick, it not be a problem if I need to call off. For my lifestyle, I wanted a job that allowed me to make enough money to allow me to travel. I also wanted a job that allowed me to experience life. And I did not want to feel restricted to going to the same place every day. A lot of time we feel stuck because we feel like we don't have power to make changes. You know, we fall victim into what society tells us that we should be doing, which is going to work. But if you are not happy where you are, you need to make a change. And the first thing that you can start by doing to make that change is to establish a schedule. So in addition to having a routine or a schedule, you need to know what you want and also why you want it. Because again, when you are setting up a routine and you are having to be disciplined in this routine, you need to remember your why. Why did I start this from the beginning? Because this is what's going to keep you going. For me, my why was just freedom. I know freedom may sound funny coming from somebody that just said that you need to have a routine, but routine is what's going to allow you to have that freedom. If you are not able to be disciplined or consistent, there's no way that you're going to be able to achieve the lifestyle that you are saying that you desire. So for me, the lifestyle that I desire, that's my why. I want to be able to work when I want to work from wherever I want, and I want to be able to have the flexibility when it comes to how much money I'm making. For a long time, I stayed in a job for 5 years, and the amount I made barely changed. It barely changed. For me, that just was not okay. That allowed me to feel stuck and stagnant in my work environment, because no matter how well I performed, I was still getting paid the same. And even though I am a person that prides myself on the work that I put out, it's not as fulfilling when you're not getting compensated for the work that you're putting in. So for me, it was important to find a lifestyle or career that allowed me to be able to achieve the ability to maximize my income. So once you get into the why you want what you want, you need to figure out what is going to allow you to obtain that. Because regardless of what we want, why we want it, if we're not willing to put in the work to do the research on what job or what career is going to allow us to live this life, it's just a pipe dream. So if you really want this lifestyle, if you really want to achieve this certain thing, you have to be willing to look into what is going to allow you to have that in the physical. You know, we can want a lot of things. We can want to have a job that allows us to do this, but if we're not willing to do the research on what career that will allow that, then how bad do we really want it? And I'm not saying just pick any career, because even though I value, you know, having more money, I'm not going to choose to be a doctor because I'm not trying to go into the medical field. You know, there's many jobs that we can look into. Don't be lazy. We have a phone, and this phone allows us to look up anything that we want to look up and find. You can spend 6 hours on TikTok and Instagram. You can spend an hour or two looking up jobs that would allow you the flexibility that you're really looking for. Okay? Make sure that when you're choosing this career, that it's something that you feel in alignment with. Don't just do anything just because you're trying to pick something. No, do something that is in alignment with you. Do something that's fulfilling. And if you don't know what that is, give yourself time to figure it out. Because, you know, at least we have our mindset in the right place, which is, you know, being open to what God sends us. If God knows we're looking for something, he's going to come with an answer. Okay, if the universe knows that we're searching for fulfillment out of our career, if the universe notices that we are ready for change, it will provide that. And the last question we need to ask ourselves is, what are we willing to do to obtain it? What type of person do we need to become to obtain this lifestyle? For me, it was sales, because I am a person that I am naturally persuasive. I am naturally a people person. I do have a great work ethic, and that career really was in alignment with me because it allows me to work from anywhere. It allows me to maximize my income, and it allows me to be able to set my own schedule. What are you willing to do to achieve this lifestyle? For me, I had to become a totally different person to achieve what I said I wanted to achieve. Because if we really think about it, the reason why we are where we are is because of the things that we do on a daily basis. Are we being disciplined in the things that we say that we want? Are we being consistent in the things that we say we want? Are we actually giving effort? Are we just saying we want things and not really willing to put in the work? For me, I feel that is most of us. We love to say we want this, we want that, but most times we're not willing to put in the work. We're not willing to put in the discipline to be able to achieve those things. If you are claiming this is a lifestyle that you feel like you want and you deserve, that lifestyle requires a person that is disciplined. That lifestyle requires somebody that is consistent. You can't think or do something once and think that that's going to give you the result that you desire. It's not. Are we going to always be on track on the schedule? No. Are we going to always want to do it? No. Most times we're not going to want to stay on schedule. For me, when I first started, it was very hard for me to wake up at 5 when I'm used to sleeping in. It was very hard for me to work out consistently when I haven't worked out as consistent as I wish I would have. A lot of the things that we want, we have to understand that, guess what, it's not going to be easy, but if this is what you truly want, you truly desire, you have to be willing to put in the work to achieve that thing. Y'all, there will be days when I don't want to do something or I don't feel like being committed, y'all, and guess what I will do? I will put me on some Eric Thomas motivation, and I will get my ass up and do what the fuck I'm supposed to do. Because the thing about it, if we have to be motivated to do something, motivation is not sustainable. We're not always going to be motivated to do it. We're not always going to want to do it. But when we make a commitment to ourselves, to the people that we love, and to the lifestyle that we claim that we want, we have to be willing to be consistent and disciplined in that. You can't say that you want to be a content creator, but you post a video once a month. You can't say that you want to be the greatest basketball player on earth, but you barely show up to practice. It's not correlating. You also cannot expect the universe to bring you things that it already knows that you're not ready for. You're saying that you want this amount of money, you want this type of recognition and success, but every day you wake up, you don't know what God planned for the day. You don't have a plan. You wake up in the morning, you don't know how the day is going to go because you don't know what's in store. You didn't make a plan. So how do you feel like you're going to be able to sustain success, all these things that you desire, if you're not willing to do the work? We love the end result. We love to be seen. We love the flashy part of it. But the ugly parts is what's really going to build us to who we really want to be. You think that Denzel Washington and Will Smith got where they are today by not practicing? Do you know how many times they had to rerun that script behind the scenes when in the end all we saw was the final cut? We didn't know how many hours were put into learning certain things and doing certain things. It is work. If you want to be great, if you want to achieve success, it's going to be work behind that. And if you want to be able to do that work on a consistent basis, you need to have a schedule. You need to have a routine. You need to have a list of things that you do every day. For me, guess what? I'm going to wake up at 5. At 5:15, I'm going to start my workout. I'm going to work out for an hour and 15 minutes. When I'm done after that, I'm going to read for 30 minutes. When I'm done with that, I'm going to journal for 15 minutes. When I'm done with that, I'm going to practice my sales for 2 hours. You need to have some type of consistency to be able to make progress and also track your progress. Because for me, sometimes you don't even feel like you're moving forward if you're not keeping track of what's going on. When I wake up in the morning and I can check off that I woke up at 5, that's a sense of satisfaction for me. That's a sense of achievement, because whether it's big or small, I did what I said I was going to do. When I do that workout, like I said I was going to do, that check off feels great. Every time I check something off my list, I feel more empowered and more confident and capable in the things that I can do, because I literally see that I am taking action towards the things that I said that I was going to take action towards. So if you are somebody that you don't know where to start, you don't know how to start, you don't know if you should start, if you want to keep living the same life that you live in, don't start. Keep doing what you've been doing, okay? If you like the way that you live in, if you don't want to improve, if you don't want to change, why change? Do what you've been doing. But if you are somebody that wants change, if you want to improve, if you want success, if you want to live a fulfilling life, then be willing to put in the work consistently, okay? And to do that, you need to be organized. You need to have a schedule. You need to have a routine. You need to be able to keep track of your progress. You need to be able to plan out your days, your weeks, your months. So whenever you do achieve this success, this recognition, you can maintain it because you are already organized before you got it. You think that God is going to send you something that you're not prepared for? You think the universe is going to bring some things into your life that it can already see that you are not able to maintain? And yes, there are going to be days where you're not going to stick to it, and that's okay. But as long as you get back on track, that's what's important. Most times you need to be on a routine. Yes, there's going to be a day or two that maybe you miss, but most days you need to be on a routine. And no, you don't have to do everything on that list, but you need to put your best effort in to try to do so. Because in the end, you are only cheating yourself by trying to cheat the system. You're not cheating nobody but yourself. It doesn't matter how many times you ask for something, pray for something, manifest something. If you are not ready for it, it's not going to come. I'm sorry to tell you. You can wait all you want. Nothing is going to happen if you're not willing to take the action to do so. Again, in our heads, we feel like, oh, if this happens, we're going to know what to do with it. When in reality, we don't know what to do with what we have now. So why do you think you're going to know what to do when you have more? If you can't handle what you have now, how are you going to handle more? If I'm looking at your life and I'm seeing what you're doing now, why would I think that you need more? I'm looking at your life, you're getting up at 11 o'clock, you're not working out, you don't have no consistency in your life, you don't have no self-development, no reading, no journaling, nothing to improve who you are. Why do I feel like I need to give you success? Oh, once I give you success, you're going to wake up and be this whole new person. No, everything you have to build, and you build those by having habits. You are wanting to change your life, change what you do every day. It's not going to be one big action that changes your life. It's going to be what you do every day. It's going to be what you do when nobody's watching. It's going to be what you do that you don't get a pat on the back for. I don't get a pat on the back for waking up at 5. I don't get a pat on the back for working out every day and doing my routine. I don't get a pat on the back for that. But when I get the things that I work for by having that routine, then I'm gonna get that recognition. Then I'm gonna get that success. People on the outside are gonna see it and think, oh, how did she get that? Like, she doesn't deserve it. It just came out of nowhere. When they don't know that behind the scenes, I've been putting in the work. I've been doing what I needed to do behind the scenes. I don't have to broadcast it. I don't have to let everybody know what I'm doing. But I can say this, that level of confidence that you have when you know that you've been putting in the work, It's unmatched. Nobody can ever tell me that I don't deserve, or I'm not worthy, or I'm not ready for something. Because I know what I'm ready for. I know what I've put in the work behind. You don't ever want to get something and you don't know how you're going to maintain it. Like, at this point, I'm willing to do the work. I'm happy to do it. Do I like getting up at 5? No. Still. But am I going to keep doing it? Hell the fuck yes. Because I know what I desire, and it's that important for me to do what I say that I'm going to do. If you have kids, what are you going to show your kids if you're not able to keep your word to yourself and be disciplined in life? We can tell our kids whatever, but if we are not being a walking or living example of that, what are we setting our children up for? Discipline and consistency are the one thing that we all need in this life. And the way that you can have that more easily is by having a schedule or routine. You know how easy it is to be disciplined and consistent when it's something you do every day? Because after 30 days, it becomes a habit. Before, it was hard as hell for me to get up at 5. Like, I always thought, like, there's no way I can get up at 5. But once I started doing it, now it's just like second nature. Like, I know I gotta get up. My body will even get up at 5 because my body already knows this is the time that we get up. Okay? So please do this one thing. This thing has single-handedly changed my life. I wish I would have known this earlier. I wish I would have known earlier to establish a routine and stick with it. Don't do it for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month, and then feel like you've done enough. You haven't. You haven't done enough until you've been doing it for 10 years. And if you've been doing it for 10 years and it hasn't helped you in life, then you can cuss me out, okay? But I'm here to tell you that that's not possible. Because if you have a routine that's not benefiting you, what the fuck you been? I don't know what you've been doing. You didn't get that. You didn't get that from me, okay? Because if you have a routine that's in alignment with the lifestyle that you want and in alignment with the person that you want to become, you will see the benefits of it, okay? Even though I haven't received everything that I know I'm going to receive, I know that right now I'm just in preparation for it. If you haven't got what you want yet, then you need to be getting prepared. If you feel like you are stuck, you are in preparation season. And what are you doing? Are you not doing anything? Or are you just waiting on God to just drop it out the sky? And so y'all, I'm not trying to talk to y'all rough, but literally I needed to hear it like this because, again, there was a time in my life where I was just waking up, just hoping that magically this will be the day. This will be the day my life is changed. This will be the day that I get everything that I want. This will be the day where God just blesses me. And every day I will wake up and be disappointed because nothing will happen. And that's what's going to happen. Nothing. If you're not doing anything. You know, in the church they say faith without works is dead. You can have faith, but if you ain't got the works, it's dead. It's nothing going to happen. It's nothing that you can expect from not working. We can think, we can pray, we can manifest, but we have to be willing to put in the action consistently. And you do that by staying organized with having a schedule and a routine. You have those times in your life where you don't want to stay on schedule, you don't want to do those hard things, put you on a motivational video and get moving, okay? All right, so thank y'all for tuning into this video. I hope y'all got something from it because, again, this has changed my life. I know it will change yours. Please do yourself this favor and set yourself up a routine, okay? Thank y'all for tuning in. Please make sure you comment, like, and subscribe. Let me know your thoughts on this and stay tuned for more.